We are 2 minutes early.
Yes, we are there, Dana.
It's still offline, but it's going to start right now.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I've kind of figured it out now. Once it says that you're recording, then you are recording. See, there we are.
There we go. We're recording. Am I supposed to look at the camera or me and the screen?
Look at that little green light. No, don't look at you.
Oh.
You've done this a few times. Did you forget what you've done?
Nope.
Nope. Are the Astros playing tonight?
I mean, the Astros are always playing.
Okay. All right. So we're still a little early. We got about a minute and a half.
Oh, we have one person watching. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in.
We're so happy to have you, whoever you are. Say something. That's funny. Today's Patty Parker's birthday. Did you wish her a happy birthday?
I liked something.
Well, she turned 55. That's a big thing.
What's to do with the wheelchair?
It's a joke because she turned 55. They all dressed in black.
Oh,
they had a whole bunch of stuff going on at the office today that they were going to do. And yeah, they got her it's not a wheelchair, it's a scooter.
It's a walker.
And then there was a rocking chair somebody was bringing in. I think Helen was bringing in. And I don't know what else. A bunch of other stuff. So anyway, if you're on, say hello.
I mean, it's only 5:59.
Oh. Well, I guess I shouldn't have started. Should I start over? I shouldn't have started to record so quickly.
You're just excited and you're in a hurry.
I know. I'm so excited to be here.
I know.
Well, we've got our leaders call at 7, so I'm probably only going to do we'll just be on here for like 30 minutes or so. There's Lacey. Hey.
Lacey. That's our one viewer.
There she is. Hey. It's all right. We'll take it, right? We'll say hi to Lacey.
Yes, we will.
How's it going, Lacey?
So what time is it where she lives?
I don't know.
7 o'clock?
Ask her. What time is it where you live? Where do you live?
New York, ain't it?
See, that's what she says. I'm all you need. That's right.
I think she lives in New York.
Yeah, I know she's told me. I just, off the top of my head, I can't.
It's 7.
It is 7, okay. Okay, so then the leader's call will be at 8.
And she lives in New York. Ding, ding. We have a winner, Bob.
You have a good memory. That's awesome. Well, it is 6 o'clock now, so we're going to go ahead and get started. For Lacey, oh, actually, there's a couple more people on. So if you're on, just tell us hello and who you are.
I can't hear you now.
Uh-oh. Well, now I don't know why.
Can you see my lips?
I haven't done anything different. Hopefully it'll come back. Hopefully the sound will come back. So, yeah, we'll keep this one down to about 30 minutes tonight, but we're going to talk about the career plan.
Perfect.
And then I have a fun little exercise that I'm going to get everybody to do.
Squats?
No, not physical exercise. This is a mental drill, a mental exercise. So it should be fun. And you won't have to do it tonight, but I want you to start thinking about it tonight, and then we're going to talk about them in one of our groups. But anyway, so yeah, at 7 o'clock or in an hour, we have our leaders call. And then tomorrow, Colby does all of his webinars for, the whole entire group. You can pick your time. And then, what else?
I don't know, Dana.
I have a party tomorrow night. Yay. Oh, and then rallies this weekend.
Yes, they are this weekend.
They are. Saturday.
I'm excited.
I know. We got our outline. Let's see, how many pages is the outline that I've got to go through. Desiree and I are going to talk about probably tomorrow. So there's Desiree. Hello. So yeah, we're excited about Rally. We're excited to go to California.
We get to see Desiree.
Hey, Melina. Hello. Yeah, we get to see Desiree and the team.
Live?
She's in, is it North Carolina, I think?
Maybe so.
But yeah, Tom told us that we needed to take a quick drive up to Napa because it said Napa's only like 45 minutes away.
That's what I'm talking
from
about.
Sacramento. So we're kind of, we need to do
Napa?
Well, I think we should if we get in early enough Friday. Patty hadn't sent me the flight stuff yet, but yeah, she's in North Carolina. What's the new product? I won't tell. Yeah, no. I can't tell. It'll be a fun surprise. It'll be a fun surprise. Okay, so y'all, here's something interesting. So Saturday's the 14th, right? Oh, she grew up in Napa. Hey, Kara. Well, that's where I think we may make a quick drive out there either Friday or Saturday after the rally just to go check it out. Because we got to go. We're so close.
Cool. We can drive over there and have dinner.
Or wine.
I'm not a wine drinker.
I know you're not, honey. So, hey, Kim. Anyway, but here's my question. This is kind of cool.
Sprinkle with Kim.
The 15th is Sunday, and we always get to find out what the new Club Pink is going to be. So we're going to go from getting something fun at Rally that's new to getting a new Club Pink thing the very next day. So that's kind of fun. 2 in 1, right? I'm excited about that. All right.
And we get to go to California.
Well, and we get to go to California, so it's all fun.
3 things.
Yeah, I know. It's very fun. Fun, fun, fun.
All right, so what are we talking about?
So we're going to talk a little bit about the career plan. I had some conversations this last week with some folks that there were some questions, and actually there were some information that was being given that I guess wasn't very clear. And so I thought, well, you know what, we'll just go over it on this call. So we're going to kind of talk about just the basics of the career plan. The whole 40-60 rule, Lacey, I know I said we'd talk about that. Tell her to go to our Peeps page and click on that link. So it keeps freezing up. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. I'm sorry. It's not freezing on our end. Usually we get some sort of a notice. But anyway, the 40-60 rule, Colby is going to apparently be talking about that tonight on our leaders call. So once we have a little bit more conversation with him, then I'll feel more comfortable sharing it all with you next week. So anyway, so let's talk about the career plan. The career plan is obviously a really good roadmap for us to follow. It's kind of a really good way to set your goals, to kind of figure out, you know, what you're striving for, what you need to strive for. The fabulous thing about our back office right now is that you can look on your dashboard, and that left column is basically what you need to promote. It's basically laying out the very next level. So whatever level you're at, it's telling you what you need next. So that's a really good guideline to follow. But, you know, set yourself some goals. Set yourself some personal sales goals each month. You know, figure out, okay, you need to have, I need to have 3 parties in order to make that happen, or events, or whatever it is that you do. Hey, Sean. And then, you know, you always want to be recruiting. We've talked about that the last couple of times. Recruiting is so important.
Very important. Very
important to grow in your team. So you want to always be focusing on that, and just set yourself a goal. And then maybe set yourself a stretch goal. You know, maybe if you want to say, okay, I'm going to get at least 2 new consultants every month.
Which is not easy.
No, it's not.
Recruiting is not easy, but
No.
it's something you just need to.
It's imperative.
Yes.
You have to. You really have to do it if you want to grow your team.
Yes.
But set yourself a stretch goal, and then give yourself some sort of a reward for it. And then what's really cool is, you know, when we go to reunion, we have the Paisley Awards. So if you're an award kind of person and you like to set yourself goals where you're going to get something in return, maybe it's the consistency award that you want to set.
Like Desiree?
Yeah, well, and I'll get it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're awesome.
Whatever. Anyway, set yourself a consistency award goal, or maybe it's the qualified sponsors consistency award, or, you know, shoot for top sales, or whatever it is that drives you. Everybody's driven differently. I mean, I can look out over the team and see the people that are really that are really goal oriented.
Yeah. Well, there's some people that just
like
like
challenges.
to work their business.
Well, right, of course.
Well, like just for instance, Natasha. She's
does.
always working her business,
yeah. But you just don't hear a lot from her. But she is always
she's just quiet and works her business.
Yeah, you're right. That's very true. There's a little bit of something for everybody. So Lacey said 3rd time consistency. Say that's awesome. Yeah, Sean's shooting for it too. So that's great. So shoot for, you know, different goals that you want to set for yourself. Okay, so then back to the career plan. The one thing that, we have these roadmaps in the back office that you can print out and you can place everybody's name, for whatever the roadmap is that you want to do. What I have done, and I did that with a couple of you guys last week, but I do it a little bit differently. And in fact, I'll just handwrite one out and then scan it and stick it on our page on Peeps. But I do it a little bit differently to where it actually lists out the dollar amount to expect from everybody, because what happens is when you get into the maintenance phase, like once you hit a title and you want to maintain that title, you've got to go back and check and make sure that your consultants are still active, that the ones that executive consultant or manager or whatever still are putting in their 400 and things like that. So anyway, I'm kind of jumping around, but just to kind of get back to it. So there's find yourself a format that you can follow. In fact, I have one here that I just did, just a one page. It's real fast. Because what I do a lot of times is when somebody tells me they're ready to promote, I'll sit with them on the phone or in person or whatever, and we kind of come up with what they need. Let me cover this up so you don't know who this is. But so like, let's say for example, I'll put the name of the manager at the top of the page. I don't know if y'all can see this. So I put the name of the manager. I mean, I go back to the old-fashioned handwritten form because to me it's a lot easier. But I put the name of the manager at the top of the page, okay? And then off to the side of that, I'll put 400 and then 5,000 because that's going to be your maintenance. Now, it's not what you need to promote to it, but that's what you need to maintain. And then I'll write executive consultant, and I'll put the person's name, and I'll put $400 off to the side. And then they need 3 active, so I'll put the name of the active and the date that they're active until, and then the 150, 150, 150. And then I go all the way down. I do 2 ECs, and then I do just a consultant, and then any extras that they may have. And what this does, it gives them a quick glance to go, okay, I got to have 2 people under Heather, and I got to have 3 people under Ryan. I've got these 2 consultants. They've got their 150, so you could check them off. Anyway, I don't know if this makes any sense to anybody, but to me it's a whole lot easier just to be able to, at a glance, see what's needed. And this one obviously needs a lot, but she has a good start. So, anyway, I'm probably confusing everybody. I don't mean to be, but that's what I do. Now, the roadmap in the back office is great too. So if that works better for you, just find something that works so that you can stick with it and follow it. That's the biggest thing. Just find whatever works for you, okay? Because that's going to be the most important. Okay, so as you know, okay, good. Haley says, I got you. Awesome. It really, to me, again, it's the easiest way to look at it because you can literally glance. And like if you've got somebody working on an executive, or if you're working on an executive manager title, you can do each page for the managers. And then once you have all of that completed, you check that one off. Okay, there's one manager that's taken care of. Now I just need to work on a second manager or whatever. So anyway, okay, so back to the plan. Obviously, the first promotion is an executive consultant. So in order to promote to executive consultant, you just need 3 active consultants on your front line. An active consultant means they have $150 in sales over a 6-month period. So as long as you have those 3 active and you're putting in $400, not only will you promote to executive consultant, but you can maintain your paid as title so long as those 3 are active and you put in your $400 each month. If you don't put in your $400, that's okay. Nothing happens. You just won't get paid on your level 2. Make sure. Actually, you won't get paid on your level 1 either, but yeah, you won't get paid on any of your team volume. You'll just get paid on your own. So hopefully that made sense. Like I said, I'm kind of jumping around. Y'all forgive me. I had a headache today, and I'm still kind of fuzzy-headed from it. I think it was the humidity because it was so humid today. Maybe? No? You don't know? Okay. Okay, so you want to get to executive consultant first. That's your first thing that you strive for. There is no group volume maintenance, luckily, at executive consultant level, and so you always just want to be growing your team. And Colby always tells us to go wide. So you definitely want to go wide, but once you get to executive consultant, you also are eligible to start placing people using the strategic placement, and so you can start to move people so that you can create other executive consultants under you. So you're able to start using that at the executive consultant level, which is really an awesome tool. Not only
But be careful with that.
Yeah, it is kind of a.
It's a good benefit to have, but be careful who you place them under and make sure they're going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
And work their business.
Yeah, you want to definitely be having conversation with people. But even when you're having conversation with people...
Well, there's people we thought were going to work their businesses.
They said they were all excited.
We place people under them and then they just disappear, and it's like,
yeah.
Okay, now you're blocking those people from
and they won't
so you got to be careful on how you do that.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of, sometimes it's a crapshoot, forgive my terminology, and sometimes it just is. It's worth it if it works out, but... you definitely want to be having conversations with anybody and some people may not want to build a team. Yeah. So you don't want to be putting people under that. Yeah, it can totally bite you. Absolutely. It's an awesome tool, and it's also awesome because it just connects more people, and they have additional help besides just you. But yeah, I always ask when someone signs up, what do you want from Pink Zebra, and then I make the decision. Yeah, exactly. And the thing with that, Sean, I'm right there with you. We always have a conversation with people, but after a few months, something may happen and they change their mind, or they just disappear.
When they first sign up, they're reaching for the moon, and they're going to do whatever you say, and yes, I'm going to do that, but watch what they do in a couple of months after it gets a little old and after they get tired of it. Are they still active? Are they still selling? Are they still participating?
Right.
Everybody's gung-ho at first.
It's so sad because we see this happen all the time, and we're like, don't lose your steam, because it's such an awesome thing. And in the beginning, they get so excited, and then, you can't, we always say that, you can't want it more than they do. And you just have to. It's
really tough to stay that
excited
about this because
it's long term.
It's a process. Mm-hmm. And people think they're going to join and they're just going to get rich. Well, they will, but it'll take a while.
Right.
They have to stick with it. So everybody gets like, well, this is really paying off, and I'm just going to stop.
Right.
And it's like, wow, you're really growing and you're getting there, and why'd you quit?
Right. Desiree says she's found that if she builds them, they don't work as hard to maintain it. I agree with that as well. Yeah. And it's really a tough thing to do. And hopefully they're going to want to build their own. We've gotten to the point where, especially myself, I don't necessarily move somebody unless they're already working it and making it happen, and then I'll perhaps give them an extra person that they need or whatever. It's like a marriage, the honeymoon ends, but you got to keep plugging at it. That's right. That's exactly right. So anyway, but the good news is that we do have strategic placement. The frustrating thing is, it may or may not work out for you. So, but it is a good thing to have. Yeah. I do like it. It's an awesome thing to have.
Right. Yeah. When you start moving up to executive consultant or need a manager, an executive manager, you may need someone to help you get there.
Right. You may have somebody that's just right there on the verge, and then that's the one thing that could put them over. So, okay, and so the next level obviously is manager, but he gets really excited about manager because that's when you first get your necklace. That manager is a big thing. I mean, executive consultant to me is a big thing too, but manager is a big step. The good news about manager is that you don't have to have qualifying volume. Other than your 400, you don't have to have a team qualifying volume. So, well, that's how come, like, when you became a manager, you didn't have your 5,000. You didn't have 5,000, so you lost your paid-as title that next month.
Are you kidding?
No. Honey, you don't pay attention to any of this, really? You shouldn't speak. because people are going to know now that you're not paying attention. But anyway, so
honey, I know all the answers. I'm just saying this for them.
Oh, okay.
That you need to explain to them.
Oh, okay, because you understand it.
I know it. I know it all.
Okay. So anyway, so you don't have to. Right, you don't have to have it to get to manager. You only need the 5,000 to maintain it. And here's the kicker. This is where we had some question last week. So, okay, let me back up. So in order to promote to manager, you need 4 active consultants on your level 1s, okay? 2 of them need to be executive consultants, meaning they need 3 people that are active, and the executive consultant has to have their 400 in. So once that happens and you promote, everything's great, but the next month, in order to get your paid as title of manager again, you have to have the 5,000 in team volume, but your executive consultants still have to maintain. And so there was some confusion last month because the executive, she thought that she would still get her paid as, because she was a manager and she had over 5,000, but she didn't have, one of her executive consultants didn't put in their 400. So she didn't understand, well, why didn't I get my manager paid? Well, because you have to maintain that. That is the maintenance is the same as the qualifying, other than you also have to have the 5,000 for your group volume. So that's real important when you're working along. And that's where I think a lot of people also get they just get frustrated and they lose a little bit of their oomph, because it takes a while to get to the next level. So,
well, that is frustrating.
Yes.
Because you're working your business, you're doing what you have to do, but a level down, they're not doing what they have to do.
Right.
And so
it's frustrating. It's frustrating. I mean, there's no doubt. It is
frustrating.
It's frustrating, but you know what? You just keep plugging away, and hopefully when...
Well, then you just hopefully work on another executive consultant. That way you have a couple to choose from, not just
That's
2.
right. That's so important. So that's, again, you want to build wide. You don't want to just have a really small width and everything going deep. Because it also, no matter what level you get to, you only go down so far. It's not like you're going to get paid all the way through your entire team. You'll get your mentoring bonus once you're an executive manager, or you're going to get your generation bonus at director level. But when you're executive manager or whatever, I mean, you only go down, 4 levels, I think? Isn't it 4? Executive manager? Yeah, you just go down 4 levels. So that's great that you're going to keep building, because that's going to help towards your team volume, but you're getting paid down to the 4th. Plus your sponsoring bonus. So anyway, I know that kind of gets confusing, a little convoluted, but build wide. Yeah, Kara says build wide. The other good thing about building wide is, you start to get into the 60-40 rule, which we'll go over more next week, but you start to get into that 60-40 rule. So you don't want, like when you're a manager, you don't want one leg to be super duper heavy. You don't want one leg to be 60% of the team, of your entire team volume, because then you've got a heavy leg. So going wide, try to balance them out as much as you can. When you're strategically placing, don't keep adding to one leg that's already heavy,
Yes,
because you just hurt yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to split it up.
Alicia says, I am peg leg Pete. I know. Well, trust me, I've got that whole, I tell this all the time, but I suffer from it, and I don't think I'll ever get away from it. I'm in the 40% because of, I have Sandy Parkey, and then her whole entire leg just took off. And so, the rest of us are just trying to keep up. So, I totally get it. I'm in the 40%. I'm hit by it every single month. The most frustrating part of this is that so many don't see or understand that we all kind of depend on each other. Yeah. Rona says, I wish I could hear you. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why you can't hear us. Yeah, that is true. We do depend on each other. And yeah, I wish we could just, I don't know how to get everybody to understand that. But anyway, so does that make sense as far as that once you are a manager, to maintain that, you got to keep $5,000 in team volume, but your executive consultants still have to keep their they still have to keep their paid as title for you to keep your paid as title. You'll never lose your manager title, but you may not get paid as. So that's kind of a big thing. We're encouraged to be unique in our approach, but we are stronger together. Yeah, I agree. We absolutely are. And, you know, I know so many people say, well, you know, just focus on your own business. And, well, that's all fine and dandy, but that's kind of not how this works. I mean, yeah, you want to focus and you want to stay out of the drama and out of the stuff, and you don't want to be comparing yourself, but yet, yeah, we got to all work together because that's how it's gonna work. And we're going to build each other up that way. I mean, not just financially, but emotionally.
Share information and
we do. I think we do a good job of
off
that.
each other, and the company itself, if it's strong, then hopefully it'll last for a long time. And we'll get.
That is so true. I mean, the better off that we all do as a whole, the better off the company will do in the in the end, and we want it to be around forever so that we can continue to benefit and we all benefit from it. So anyway, and then the next level is executive manager. This is the hardest one in my opinion, really, to get to, because it's once you become a manager, now all of a sudden you have to create 4 of yourself before you promote again. And that's hard. I mean, that is really, really hard. So, you know, but it's so worth it.
Now I have a question.
Okay.
You have to make 4 managers?
You do. You just became a manager, and now all of a sudden you have to create 4 of yourself.
So these executive consultants you had, somehow know they have to get to manager, and you have to have 4 of them.
Yes.
But also, one of your managers, if they catch fire and take off, they could pass you and make it to director before you do.
Well, sure, but that doesn't hurt you.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt you. The only way that hurts you is it's going to hurt your
60-40.
Yeah, exactly. Your balance.
Because that's why you need to grow some of these people to catch up with that person.
I remember back in the very, very beginning when Sandy Parkey hit director and I was executive manager, and somebody sent me a message and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, that must really hurt," and blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking, huh? Wait, I didn't think it works like that. So I called Colby. I was all in a panic. And he's like, no. You're not penalized because your team member is doing really well. You're not penalized for that. So that's a great thing. This is a career plan. Actually, this career plan, other than being hard at some points, is really a fair plan as far as us getting the support we need. So I get my $400 pink dollars. My team worked very hard. Awesome, Rona. I'm there now, Dana. Manager wanting to promote, but nowhere near there yet. Okay, but okay. So here's what's cool, Lacey. Focus on just building your teams, right? And focus on that team volume and encouraging people, because your team volume, you've got a long way. You got to go from 5,000 to 30,000, and you got to have 30,000 in two months in a row. So that seems like a lot right now, and it may feel like a lot when you're going through these slow months that will happen just a couple of months in the summer. But man, when the fall hits, be ready, because it's gonna take off again. Fall and spring, you can count on that, and you want to be ready for that because it will take off and you will just suddenly jump. So you want to start kind of getting people in place for it. I would totally do your manager sheets. Do one for each person that you want to promote to manager, and really hone in on those and figure out, what needs to happen and who needs to go where and how you can help with that, and, whatever. It is so doable. I know it feels like it's so far away, but it's so doable.
Well, I mean, but she's got to have the volume.
Yes, that's what
But it may or may not happen this fall.
But it probably, I don't know what her volume is now, but if she is,
because it's like you said, it's a big jump, and it could take a lot of people and a lot of, it could,
but you also want, you want to take advantage of it in the fall and in the spring, because every time we have a new catalog come out, and if you got to be recruiting, obviously you got to be adding team members, because if you're not adding team members, then yeah, you're right, it's probably not going to happen.
So she needs to grow, and
well, her
like
whole
you said,
team, just kind of keep going. But all of the sudden, what I'm trying to say is, I remember looking at my just even to get to executive manager.
I think it took a long time.
It did. And then
that's what I'm saying.
To director, it's like I'm looking at it going, oh my gosh, I am nowhere near this.
Right. I was just wanting to kind of point that out. It may not happen because it's not that easy to get all the people to work and do, and there's so many people that got to do what they got to do for you to get there. Mm-hmm. So it's not what she's doing, it's what the people under her are doing. And she can keep an eye on it, but she can't make them do things.
Well, she can't make them, right. But she can keep them encouraged and and keep building, because, I believe this wholeheartedly. The more new blood that you bring in, the more excitement you're going to continue to have. I feel you, Lacey. I'm pushing for manager, but so not there yet. But you will be, I promise. It's my current goal, and it's killing me. Yes. I know. It is a stretch. It is definitely a stretch.
Yeah.
But it'll happen. I mean, Emily, good, Emily's on. Emily can vouch for it, and Liz can vouch for it. I can vouch for it. We felt like at one point that, oh my gosh, this is so far off. Yes. But we kept telling ourselves, we can do this. We can totally do this. I mean, there was that little thing in the back of my head going, whew, man, I don't know. I mean, like right now, even looking for my next title, I'm like, I'm so far away. But when I sit down and I map it out level by level, to me, it's more achievable that way, because I can see it. I can actually see it. I can see what I need exactly to a T. I'm trying that. Sometimes it just feels like I'm just not moving. Yeah. It is tough. It really is. They bring fire with them and ignite you. Keep recruiting. Yeah, exactly. And seriously struggle with volume.
Yes.
Yeah, there's going to be months that you struggle with volume, and that's, I mean, it is. It's hard. It's frustrating. Yeah. But just don't lose sight of, because, it's, even if it takes another year, the fact of the matter is it's going to be 2017 regardless. But if you just keep working towards this, it'll be 2017 and you'll be at the next level. So just keep striving for it. As a manager, if you get 5,000 in 2 consecutive months and then your team sales go down the next month, do you have to start over again? No. Yeah, it makes sense, Linda. No, you don't have to you don't start over again. Once you hit a title, then you just have to maintain. Like, let's say, for example, you're manager and you've had your $5,000 and all of a sudden July hits and you only have $3,000 for some reason. The next month, if you hit 5,000, you're right back at it again. So no, you don't have to start over. Not ever. You'll never lose your actual title. Exactly. Yeah, it's just a paid as title. So,
but if she doesn't hit her, does she get paid as a manager?
Not if she doesn't hit. If she doesn't hit her maintenance number, then no. But it doesn't mean that she can't the next month. She's asking, does she have to start over again? And no, you don't. You don't lose that. You just don't get paid as for that month. Exactly. That's exactly right. So just going back to it real quick then. So for executive manager, you do have to have 30,000 in team volume for 2 consecutive months in a row. And that's qualified volume. Now, Colby has posted in our leaders group that you can now click on your tree view, click on your on the name, and on the right-hand side, it'll tell you what your qualified volume is. That qualified volume is what you need to keep an eye on for your paid levels. Your paid title would be executive consultant on 2 levels for pay. Right, exactly. So anyway, so 30,000 for 2 months, 2 consecutive months as well. It has to be 2 months in a row. And then you have to have 4 active managers on your level 1. Of course, the 40% rule applies, so you don't want to have one leg that's super duper heavy, but if you do, keep an eye on that qualified volume on your tree view. And then the maintenance for that, luckily the maintenance on that, the group volume drops down to 15, which is nice, but you still have to maintain, well actually, the nice thing is once you hit executive manager, you just have to maintain 4 actives with 2 being executive consultants. So it is kind of nice if you have a manager fall off for some reason, you're still able to maintain your executive manager pay. So I always say shoot for that executive manager because at least then it's a little bit easier to maintain it each month. So, and then of course you're entitled to your 2% sponsoring, or not sponsoring, but mentoring bonus, which is nice. So, and then I'm not going to go into director and all that because I feel like once you hit executive manager, you've pretty much got that career plan down. And if you ever need help with the next level with director or above, just shout out or, just reach out to one of us and we can help you walk through it. But anyway, yeah. So, let's see. Doesn't take a lot of people to promote to manager. Just be careful that you can maintain. Yeah, okay, so I got that on here. Anyway, and again, like I said, we'll talk about a little bit more on the 40-60 rule hopefully next week. So I wanted to do a little, me and my reading. So I was reading the Be a Network Marketing Leader, the Mary Christensen book. I've kind of read through this, but I was reading through it again. And I thought this would be kind of cool. So, because when you're building your organization or when you're working your career plan, it says, prepare yourself to lead others by taking these 5 personal leadership steps. Step 1, I'm only going to do a couple of leadership steps, but step 1 was, you can't expect to inspire others unless you are inspired. So, Rona says, executive manager is next for my goal for December. Awesome. Yeah, write out your goals, writing them out. In fact, that's kind of where I'm going with this. So, write your, we talk about our why all the time, and our why is really important. I know it sometimes sounds maybe a little hokey, but it's so important when you're talking about your own personal future and, what you want. Right. So you can't, you really want to write it down. You want to have kind of a dream board or you want to have a kind of a script or something. What are you laughing about?
Liz Carroll showed up.
Woo, woo. Yeah, she's excited about Rally. So write your own I have a dream script and commit to making it a reality. I'm going to read some of this, so forgive me.
And we started a new...
well, that's what I was going to...
What's it called? A dream board?
Dream board. We're going to make a new dream board. We kind of got to a point where it was like, well, we got the boat, and we've done some work on the house, and we really, when you're making a dream board or when you're thinking about what you want, you really want to dream big because you just want to shoot for big goals.
Yeah.
I've never been one to shoot for huge goals because they scared me, but then after everything I'm reading, if your goal's not big enough to scare you, then it's not big enough, right?
Wow.
So, anyway, a powerful personal goal will overshadow your doubts, distractions, disappointment, and detractors. A timid goal is hardly worth setting. So, it takes an exciting goal to get you back on your feet after you stumble or back on track when you lose your way. So, and that is, to me, that makes so much sense because every time that you start to question what you're doing or you start to get frustrated or whatever, if you go back and look at, if you've got it written down or if you've got it drawn out or whatever, if you go back and look at this goal that you've set for yourself, that will keep you focused on working towards that. I learned something special from Kim Jeter. My whys keep changing. I know, right? Our whys have changed, and I'm excited. I'm really excited about them. I mean, and they're kind of they're big. It's a big goal, but
yeah.
So
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're both excited. We'll share it with
like
y'all.
We're trying to predict a couple years down the road, so we're trying to. Our dream board is based on what we want in a couple years.
Right.
Hopefully, we can hit it, because I'm excited. I'm really pumped up. So if it doesn't happen,
well, don't say that.
I'm gonna be a little upset.
Don't say that. You can't say that if it doesn't happen.
I know it's all got to make it happen.
You gotta help me make it happen.
I know.
Okay. So if you don't have a goal that makes your heart leap, fast forward a few years and picture this. Okay, so this is what kind of a task that I wanted us to all do, and then kind of share with each other on our Peeps page. And you don't have to share this part, but so ask yourself some questions. Let's go 5 years, or let's fast forward 5 years. I think that sounds fair. Okay. What is your annual income in 5 years? What do you want your annual income to be? Where do you want to live? Is your home mortgage free? Where will your next vacation be? What car are you going to drive? What college or university will your kids attend? What are you going to be doing during your leisure time? Who are the people who will surround you? How will you contribute to your community? What does your financial portfolio look like? What charities do you support? And what makes you happy? Of course, happiness has to come from within. It can't come from, you can't buy happiness. But, well, I know you think you can, but you can't.
Honey,
no, you can't.
I've never been so happy my whole life.
It's because you're just having fun.
Whoever wrote that was a poor person.
So
Money can't buy happiness. That was a poor person wrote that.
I know, but some people they have a lot of money and they're still not happy.
Well,
so
give me a lot of money.
Okay.
I'll be happy as hell.
So, okay, when you have defined your vision of success, zoom back to the present and decide what you're going to accomplish in the first year to make this happen. So, that's what I want to do. We're going to sit down and we're going to either create another dream board, or I think I am going to put pictures because I like pictures. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do a challenge on our group page and get everybody to create a new dream board and make that dream board big, like really, really, really dream big. And think about those things. You know, what do you want your annual income to be? I mean, I don't think that's, and go big, go big. And where do you want to live? Do you love where you live? If not, where do you want to live? What would be your ideal home, or where would be your ideal home?
Well, our first or dream board was to do some work to the house that needed to be done.
Mm-hmm. And get you a boat.
Yeah, and now it's changed to a different house. We want to move.
Yeah.
And we want a little more room.
We want horses.
And we want horses.
Kara says, I've been rich and I've been poor, and rich is so much more fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. That is true. I have actually been well off enough, and but I was not in a happy place, so it wasn't any fun. This time, we're in a much better place. I've only been poor. It sucks. Ready for rich. So seriously, wouldn't this be fun?
The other day I told somebody about we're making some money and this and that, and they said, "Well, you're saving it, aren't you?" I'm like, "Hell no! I've been poor my whole life. I'm making money now. I'm spending it. I'm not saving it."
I'm saving some.
We're not saving it.
I'm saving some. I've been putting money aside. So Lacey says she's never made a dream board. So I think this dream board thing is really, really important because then you can visualize it. And like I said, dream big. Like when we started dreaming about it, I'm like down to what are we going to name the horses? And we want a couple of dogs because our dog is getting old and she won't be around much longer. So, what are we going to name our dogs? And, we're really getting very specific.
We've named our horses, named our dogs.
Yeah, we're getting really, really specific. But, that's really what you want to do. You want to really just think about what makes you excited.
That's made me excited.
Right.
I can't wait.
Well, and so here's a perfect example of that. It's got him so excited.
But what's bad is you have excitement, but you have to have patience.
Well, of course.
And I'm not very good with the patience.
No,
part.
I know you're not. No, I know. He's been Googling horses and he's been Googling saddles, and I'm like, okay, well, we don't have them yet. We're working towards them.
Yes.
But what's cool is he went and had me make him brand new cards. He came up with his own website. He wanted to change the Pink Zebra Home / Duane to an actual website that he could share with people that would go, it'll still go to his Duane website, but he's doing fishingontuesday.com. I mean, it's caused him to really do some things, and he's like, he was telling me the other day, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to, get excited and pumped up and tell everybody about it again. And so, but that's what it does. It lights a fire.
Yes.
I've had horses too. Yeah, I know they are money pits, but we have kind of our reasons for, we only want a couple, but anyway, but yeah, the whole point was we kind of were thinking, okay, what are we going to want to do when we are older? And so that's kind of where we went with all that. But anyway, the bottom line is do a dream board.
Money pit. That's why you got to have plenty of money.
That's why you got to have
plenty
of money.
We're going to keep working.
Right. And then, even how do you want to contribute to your community? I mean, I'm including all of that stuff on there because I just want to really lay it out. And that's kind of what we did with the whole boat, and even with the redo of the house. I started keeping track of all these different pictures, and I did it on Pinterest some, and I have a whole big old filing thing. But that's kind of, when you visualize stuff and you really start to do that, then you light a fire in your belly that makes you want it more. And so you're going to strive, and you're just going to keep working towards it, and you're not going to let it slow you down when you're having a rough day or whatever.
But the first dream board...
Alicia, she says, buy a big enough house because I'm moving in. Yay! Well, you know what? That's the other thing. We talked about that. We want to have a house next to our house or attached to our house to where it can either be for guests to come and stay for long term, or if, one of our parents needed it or something like that. So we got you covered, girlfriend. Come on. Kara says, I can see you guys at the ranch. Right? I know, right?
But the first dream board, it took a lot of years. And this is our second dream board.
Well, then it's going to take a while.
Right.
But it's going to, that fire in our belly is going to be set.
But
it already is, you can tell, right? We get excited
sometimes. The first goals we had was just making enough money to pay a light bill.
Right.
And then it went to, okay, how about enough money to buy a vehicle? Okay, how about enough money to pay the rent? It just kept going.
Right.
Then we started a savings. And that was a big deal. It's like,
I know, we were so excited when we first had our savings. It's true though, but you just got to keep on. Visualization has so much power. It really, really does. And it keeps you, if the Pink Zebra Compound, amen, I love it. But it just keeps you excited. It keeps you motivated. And yeah, it did. It took us a while to hit each milestone. Yes. And quite honestly, at one point, I was just like, I just can't even believe, that this is able to happen. But
I don't believe it. It's just unreal. Mm-hmm. It's too good to be true, actually.
But it is true.
But it is true.
And yes. I was able to quit my job. That was a huge thing. And we had to kind of go back and recommit to,
And we haven't hit momentum yet.
I know.
So only imagine when this company does really start growing, where we're going to be.
Right.
All of us.
Right. Yeah. What's really cool is, Pink Zebra's doing a lot of marketing for us and getting the name out there and helping us do that. And then stuff is kind of, goes back to, sharing. I just got a random order the other day, and it was because it was somebody in my area, but I'm sure they didn't find me. They probably found a Pink Zebra sponsored page or something, and then they just looked for somebody that was close to them. But the bottom line is that they're trying to help us with that as well. So that's awesome. I want enough to walk away from my job. Exactly. And that is totally doable. That was a big thing for me.
Well, Dana could have quit her job 2 years prior.
No, a year prior.
But we was enjoying the extra income.
Right. Yeah, I kind of started matching 3 years into it. I was kind of starting to match, but yeah, but it takes a while. It absolutely takes a while, so anyway, it's all very exciting. And so I would love to see you guys. We'll do a little challenge and maybe do vision boards or something like that, because
we haven't done that in a while.
It has been a while, and I think it's so important that we keep on visualizing and keep that in our in our mind. And then when you define what your vision is, you can kind of come back to the present and say, okay, so in order to get there, this is what I'm going to work on the first year. And then, you know, kind of map it out like that. Lacey, you know, she's got a birthday. Okay, so by your 50th birthday is going to be your last day of your job. That's perfect. So put that on your calendar. I don't know, did I tell you guys that story? How last year I wrote on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I put QMJT in big letters, quit my job today. And I could have done it that day, but instead I did it the following week. But it was so cool because I would flip to that every now and then and think, oh, wow, that's coming up fast. That's coming up fast. So, yeah, visualizing it, writing it down, making it happen. My goal was to accomplish it by 50, and I did it. That's so awesome, Alicia. I'm still so excited for you. Anyway, so yeah, you totally have this. All of you guys have it. It's an awesome thing. And the company itself, I mean, I know we talk about that a lot, but we both have the utmost faith in Tom and Kelly and in Pink Zebra, and we know that it's all going to be good. I mean, just good things are going to happen and continue to happen. It helps knowing that. It really, really helps knowing that we have amazing founders and that they have an amazing organization. And the home office itself has been, I don't know, I get excited every time I'm there. They have truly such an awesome environment that they all work in, and they all work together. And it's
really an awesome office.
It is.
It's really awesome.
And they inspire one another and they encourage one another. Yeah. They, no idea is a bad idea. If somebody comes in and says, well, what about this? And, it may sound really totally off the wall, but they all are like, oh, okay, well, let's see. How can we make that happen? I mean, they really are an inspiration. And so, if nothing else, I remember last year, we were talking about this last year. Oh, it is getting time. Okay. So just real fast. So last year at reunion, y'all remember when the whole thing came up on they were talking about where we were going to go this year, and they had it all about Texarkana. And I remember sitting there thinking, well, okay, I mean, these guys know what they're doing. There must be something in Texarkana. I was telling Kelly about that, and she was like, you just have so much faith in us. I'm like, you know what? She's right. I was trying to figure out, okay, well, what does Texarkana have that we would possibly want to go? But I guess they know, because they would never send us someplace that wasn't awesome. And then, of course, it was a big joke, and it was really Vegas. But that's the kind of hope that we have to have when we see people posting stuff on Facebook and stuff. We've got to just, trash right through that and go, no. These people have nothing but the best in mind for us. So, anyway, yeah, I was like, that won't be so bad, right? Oh, anyway, well, I'm so glad you guys enjoyed this. We get excited. We get excited when we just talk about the business, obviously. So, anyway, okay, well, it's 10 till 7. Do y'all have any questions or anything like that? I did want to kind of talk about, there was something, without commitment, your dream is an hallucination. So, we're talking about, not sabotaging your own success, and we've kind of talked about that before, but I did want to kind of go over that, just whatever. I'll save that for next week. But, yeah, it's just, we just got to get everybody else to buy in with us, right, y'all? Just got to get everybody else to buy in and to understand. It's not even a buy-in. If they just need to understand. They need to understand what a huge opportunity we have here, and what a great career we have with this company, and I'm just super excited about it. So, anyway, you guys have a fabulous rally wherever you are going, and we'd just be excited to hear all about it next week. So if y'all don't have any questions, your excitement gets us excited. Well, thank you. Yeah, we do get excited, don't we? We do. We love what we do. Thank you. Leadership. Yep. Leadership is next, so hopefully we'll get some good stuff off of that. I got my little notepad here, and we're ready to go. Have fun Saturday. And yes, Desiree, I can't wait to see you guys Friday. We got to do dinner, okay? Maybe something like that if you guys are available. But either way, we're just super excited about Rally and know you guys will be too. So, yay! Thank you guys. We'll see ya.
Sprinkle on.
I know, right? We'll
Dream
see
big.
you next week. Yeah, dream big.
We'll all have horses.
Dream big. Live it, dream it, do it. Woohoo! Okay, well, we're going to sign off. Love you guys.